Ah, dang it, that guy died. Hey, everybody. So, I just saw Point Break. I want to emphasize that I watched it for free. A friend of mine got me tickets to go see it. So, I did not pay for it. And I'm glad that I did not pay for it. The movie is, it's a decent popcorn movie to go just hang out with friends and see the nifty stunts and go and have some popcorn, but not pay theater money for it. It's something you rent for $1 or you watch it on TV, stream it on Netflix maybe if you're bored, but it is not a Point Break movie. The So the setup for this movie is you've got these four guys that are trying to do what's called the Osaka 8, which sounds like it would be a neat thing if that guy was real, but it's not. It was just made up for the movie to try and give the plot a reason for having multiple extreme sports. And the characters are trying to do this Osaka 8 because it gives you enlightenment and brings you closer to Mother Earth and all that kind of stuff. But I guess you also have to give when you take. So when you're doing these extreme sports, you're taking enjoyment from Mother Earth, so you have to give back. And I guess jumping out of an airplane with $1 billion in cash and cutting it so that it falls all over a bunch of poor people is giving back to Mother Earth, or skydiving out of a building and dropping diamonds on the public is giving back to Mother Earth. But the one that made no sense to me whatsoever was using a bunch of C4 to blow up a mountain and have a rock landslide come and take out 3 trucks that have gold from a strip mine, kill everybody involved, and somehow that's giving back. I don't get it. That doesn't make any sense to me, how killing a bunch of people, blowing up the side of a mountain just to dump over some dump trucks that have gold in it from a strip mine is giving back. So you're blowing up a mountain to give back. It doesn't make any sense to me. That's not giving back. That's taking to just for no reason. Anyway, that part doesn't make any sense. The sports stuff, the extreme sports stuff, was filmed beautifully. The landscaping, the cinematography of it was great. I like watching the YouTube videos of some of these extreme sport athletes with the GoPros. And it was kind of like that, except it wasn't too much from the point of view of the athlete. It was a movie style. But you could tell they were really doing it. Like they got extreme athletes to film for that. But then they would take away from it by doing a really bad green screen of a close-up for like a second or a half a second. And so you're watching this awesome sequence and then all of a sudden bad green screen, and then you go back to the awesome sequence and then bad green screen and back to the awesome sequence and bad green screen. And so it pulled you out of the cool action scene that was happening. Now, when you watch things like Fast and Furious or other action movies, there's fantasy there. It's all fantasy. You suspend belief because you know this is fantastical. None of this is real. It cannot happen. But the sports they're doing in this movie is stuff that people actually do. So you need to have that realism there because these are real sports. People really do these. And so creating a fantastical in there just didn't work for me. It was like the green screen just took away from it, and the green screen wasn't very good. The characters were one-dimensional and very forgettable. I may have seen too many movies, but I could see every death before it happened, long before it happened. And nothing surprised me. I think this movie would have been a lot better if they did not use the whole point blank storyline. Because it felt like it wasn't a remake of Point Break. they wanted to make an extreme sports movie, but they needed a reason to get the budget, so they forced a Point Break storyline in there as an excuse. And so none of the characters had much characterization. You didn't care about any of them, so when one died, you were like, eh. And it was a poor homage. The only reason to watch the movie really is for the extreme sports stuff. The rest of it, it's not worth watching. If they had dumped the Point Break storyline and they used that time to, even if you have the Osaka 8 be fictional, that's fine. But that gives your characters a reason for doing these 8 sports. And then it's more of the journey of these athletes going to try and complete the 8 that no one has done before. And you can have some good dramatic characterizations in there during that whole adventure of trying to do all of these. That would have been an interesting movie. But having the guys killing people to dump over gold dump trucks and things like that, it didn't make any sense. It made you not care about the characters whatsoever. And then there were a couple of the extreme sports that even extreme athletes wouldn't attempt. And so that it was too fantastical. You're trying to make a realistic sports movie, and then you go there to this impossibility, and it throws it out. You either have to go fantasy or you have to go reality. You can't try to do reality and then put fantasy in there. But you can go fantasy and try and put reality in there. That's fine. But you have to know that you're watching a fantasy movie. So all in all, I didn't hate the movie. It was, it was all right to watch. I'm just not going to spend a lot of money on it. And we were the only people in the theater. Now it's Monday, and it was a 7:30 showing, but we were the only ones in there. Even though the parking lot was packed, which I assume they're all seeing Star Wars or Hateful Eight, which was good. You can see my review on that one. So I wouldn't say don't watch it, because it's not that bad, but don't pay theater money to see it. Go rent it, stream it, Netflix it, something like that. $1 is fine. Watch it on TV, but don't spend $12 at a theater to go watch it. It's not worth the money. So did you see the movie? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Were you lukewarm like I was? Let me know what you thought down below in the comments. And if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, and I will see you guys on the next video.